Alright, so we have a lot of really exciting news for Prehistoric Kingdom. Of course, they released their January 2024 dev blog, and with it came a lot of really cool things to talk about for the next year. A lot of stuff that I am really excited for. You already saw the title. Some of these things are absolutely incredibly exciting, but let's go ahead and unpack some of the stuff. Of course, Update 10 is coming very soon. It'll be releasing from mid to late February, so next month, of course, and with it, we will be getting Elasmotherium, which, of course, is incredibly exciting, and I can't stress how much I love its design. I think its design looks absolutely phenomenal in this game. I can't wait to see it in the game. I also want to mention that they did bring up the fact that there is a debate on the true size of its horn, whether or not it's a large horn or a small horn, but they put this little piece of dialogue here saying, when cloning Elasmotherium, our scientists were fortunate enough to find a variety of horn shapes and sizes depending on the genetic skin that they selected. Very convenient. So, you know, that's just a fun little way to say if you prefer a boss or if you prefer a longhorn, there's options for both of that. So that's really exciting. Both designs, I think, look really good. So that's one animal I'm very excited to see. Now, one thing the Prehistoric Kingdom does that I think is just great for the game is give like alternate species under the same animal, like how they gave us Tarbosaurus alongside Tyrannosaurus, or just, you know, different dinosaurs in that way. And that seems to be something that they're doing with Elasmotherium, because you also get Cynotherium. It's hairless predecessor, essentially. This also looks fantastic, very rhinoceros-like, because of course these guys are in the same family as rhinos, so that checks out. Another design that I am absolutely a fan of, and once again, another animal I can't wait to place in my parks. Of course, alongside those two, we are getting the cave lions, you know, both Panther Atrox and Spilea. They look absolutely incredible. I've talked about them before, and my mind hasn't changed on that. But with that, we also get something that is completely unexpected, but I am all here for: Stone Age theme, as in the Neolithic and the Paleolithic era, like style, structures, and buildings, and some cave art and things along those lines. Like, this is something that I think is really cool, because it's going to allow you to differentiate different parts of your park, because it comes with things like this cave art right here, as well as what looks like some decoration options for this boat, some fencing that is a lot more wooden in variety, of course. That's definitely, like, that's something, if I wanted to have like maybe a Cenozoic section of the park, I would use this type of fencing for a lot of the different animals, as well as some stone fencing that fits in very well for the snow setting. So that is also very exciting and a huge surprise, but a welcome one. There's also a new map, that being Canada, which means that we're getting a more kind of mountainous environment, a cooler environment, something I'm excited for, because where I live is a lot more reminiscent to something like this, and, you know, I go camping all the time. So to see something like that and being able to build a park around that is very exciting. Something that I will be looking forward to. As a bonus, at nighttime, you are greeted with the stunning light show from the Aurora Borealis. And I gotta say, I love the little Simpsons reference right here. At this time of year, at this time of day, in this part of the country, localized entirely within your kingdom, we better be serving steamed hams while we're at it. So that is what is going to be coming in Update 10. It's a very Cenozoic-centered update. Of course, you get essentially like 4 separate Cenozoic species, along with a new map that certainly fits that feel and look of the Cenozoic species, as well as the new decorations and structures and the fencing that helps fit that style as well. So it's very centered around something like that, and I think that's very cool. They're also talking about the future, things that will be coming past Update 10, things to look forward to within the next year, such as staff and logistics. It looks like you will have to start focusing on different staff in your park, and kind of like thinking about the layout of like their buildings and things like that in comparison to the rest of your park. You will get things like cashiers, janitors, and logistics, things that will kind of have a different effect, like how the cashier tends to visitors at kiosks and stores. Or the janitor cleans the toilets, trash, and delivers garbage to the dumpsters. And this right here is a cool little addition to that. Like, say if a cashier is waiting vacantly with no customers at like their shop or their gift shop, they might decide to quickly go and pick up a pile of trash, kind of like how you would at your job. It's like, I'm not doing anything right now. There's some trash over there. Might as well go and clean it up. That's a cool little kind of in-depth look at these employees of yours that I think is going to be really cool to see. There's also specialist staff, and that includes things like the keeper, veterinarian, engineer, and the security. Now I'll go ahead and leave the text up here for a minute if you want to pause and read that. But these are also going to have different roles, mainly, especially in relation to your animals and like taking care of them and things like that. So, you know, all of this stuff is really going to make the game feel a lot more alive and like a true functioning park. And now, probably the most exciting thing, and probably the reason why you clicked on this video, is the fact that we are getting baby animals in Prehistoric Kingdom and sometime within the next year. That is so incredibly exciting to me because baby dinosaurs and prehistoric animals is very fascinating to me. I like seeing the differences. I mean, like, a lot of it is because we don't really know a lot about baby dinosaurs or baby prehistoric animals because, especially with dinosaurs, a lot of them don't really get the chance to fossilize. They have more delicate fossils or bones, essentially, at the time, or they are more easily scavenged. So we don't find a lot of fossilized babies. So it's just something that's incredibly fascinating to me. And I love seeing the differences between the known babies of the adults. Like, yeah, that's very exciting to see. We get this really cool image of baby Dinosaurs with their adults. The way it's going to work is that you will be able to place the baby and it will just slowly kind of grow into the adult. You get the baby, the adolescent, and the adult, and slowly its features and bone structure will change as it grows. Very fitting of a baby animal growing into its adult counterpart. It won't have their own specific skins or patterns. All the babies are going to look exactly the same in that way. Right now they're focusing more so on just baby growing into adult. And something that's also incredibly exciting for me is that in sandbox mode, because that's where I spend most of my time, you will be able to choose the age of the dinosaur that you're placing in your park. Of course, we've seen that slider there for the longest time. But I wonder if they will stay exactly which age you selected, or if they grow, or if maybe you get the option to toggle that. Because I'd like for it to be like, I just want to place, like, say a baby Triceratops within this enclosure and just have it always be a baby. That way I can just always have that baby Triceratops with the adults instead of it eventually growing and just looking pretty much exactly like the adults. I assume that will be an option, but fingers crossed that it is. They also did mention breeding, something that has been brought up a lot. Right now they're not focusing on breeding either. Rather, they're just focusing on just having the babies in the game. But it is something that is on their radar, so I'm sure that we can expect to see that sometime down the line. And then we got a little announcement for Update 12, a brand new species that will be added within Update 12. And it makes sense that it was going to be this one because I recently did an Apatosaurus video where I look at as many design interpretations as I possibly can. So, of course, it would be Apatosaurus that they announce. Still extremely exciting. Its design looks incredible with that smaller head and like the diplodocus head, as well as the very thick neck and the huge robust body. It just looks incredible. They're still working on it, so this probably won't even be the final iteration of the design, but I just think that it looks incredible already and looks exactly how I would imagine Apatosaurus in my little brain. You could probably also guess that they will have an alternate species for that as well, and that will, of course, be Brontosaurus, which made up half of my Apatosaurus video. That's also exciting. We only have what looks like just the concept art for that as of right now, but even the concept art looks incredible, especially if they keep this type of design and pattern that they have going on it, as well as these spikes on the neck. I think it looks really cool, and I am very excited to see these dinosaurs in the game in the future. So that's pretty much it. They have announced already a lot for this year, and I'm sure that there are a lot more announcements to come in the future. They've also mentioned a few other things like updates to dinosaur AI and the locomotion and things like that. Things that they've been slowly improving over time, and that will be something that's just at the center of their focus going forward. So all of this is extremely exciting, and I really can't wait to see all of this added in the future. But anyway, that is pretty much all I have to talk about right now. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have an awesome day.